Alright guys, so in front of you is the automation system I made using Zapier. And maybe you are wondering why and what this automation system for. So this system is for a short-term rental business. And the reason why I created this, because I found a job post in Upwork. So let me show you. So it says here that the client is looking for someone who can build automation system and connect tools. So the role will involve creating automation using N8N or Zapier, connecting tools like Todoist, I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, Google Sheets, Ring Central, and messaging platform, and using AI. So basically, OpenAI or ChatGPT to generate follow-ups, summaries, and structured tasks. So to summarize, the client is looking for someone who will help them automate their system from lead capture to pre-qualification to booking and so on. I did not get an opportunity to be interviewed on this job post because I didn't apply. So I asked ChatGPT to expound this to better understand this job post. And here's what I've got. Let's start with master customer journey. It all starts with awareness, basically inquiry, then qualification, then follow-up, and so on. But in this video, we will only cover the customer's journey from inquiry to follow-up. Now let's go back to this automation system. For the trigger or the steps that would start the automation, I used Twilio to send WhatsApp message instead of Ring Central because I think for Ring Central, it is required for me to acquire a US phone number to send an inquiry. This is just an experimental system and I just wanted to see if the system I will be creating will work. Twilio offers WhatsApp sandbox where I can send a message or an inquiry here in the Philippines using WhatsApp. So the second action would be the formatter. Let's just skip this one. And then ChatGPT or OpenAI for conversation. So basically OpenAI will be the brain to analyze the customer's inquiry and to respond to those inquiry. Then another formatter. Then Google Sheets. Basically, this is where we are going to store all those inquiry data. And then Todoist, where we can create tasks and delegate to a person or assignee. Then another Twilio action to send a response generated by OpenAI to the customer's inquiry. Then lastly, the Slack channel to notify the team. So this is like an internal use to notify the team that there's new leads came in. Now, I believe that this system cannot just be applied only for short-term rental business, but to other business models as well. Now, when we go back to this customer's journey, a lead or a potential guest will inquire about the availability, the price, the location, and so on. So these are the usual inquiries that the potential guests or the leads may ask. The lead source might come from any of these platforms, whether it's from WhatsApp, website form, Airbnb booking, or directly calling the business, wherever on this platform. Now, on this qualification section, or what I call the pre-qualification, we will determine whether the leads or the potential guest passed or failed the qualifications based on their initial inquiries. This is really important so just to automate this process because it will help us filter bad leads. Automation can instantly flag those red flags inquiries. Also, it will help us reduce the repetition because most inquiries ask the same thing like pricing, parking, amenities, and so on. So automating this saves us, I think, 30 to 50% of our operational effort, allowing us to focus on scaling rather than answering emails. And another thing, why is it important to automate this pre-qualification process? Because, it will help us boost conversion. We are like 7 times more likely to secure booking if we respond at least within an hour. Automation ensure guests get an answer even at 2 a.m. long before they move on to the competitor's listing. Now, follow-up. In this section, this is really depends on the business owner's strategy, whether they would like to follow up using email or directly calling the leads or maybe sending the form or the booking calendar through email. It really depends on the strategy of the business owner. Now let's go down a little bit and let's check out the lead qualification goal. This qualification goal will help us determine if the leads are serious buyer, are they budget fit, were they looking for correct property, is the dates they are looking for available, their group size and urgency. Like I said earlier, this is the importance of having a pre-qualification process in our automation. Let's get back to this system and see how the pre-qualification works. So on the third step, or here in ChatGPT, I created a policy inside the premises. So like for example, no parties or event, only registered guests are allowed, and so on. So if the guest actively asks about these policies, like for example, during their initial inquiries, they're asked, is party or events allowed inside the premises? They're not gonna be rejected, but ChatGPT will respond in a polite way that it's unfortunate that the venue or the guest house are not catering parties or event. It's all gonna be in ChatGPT. How will they respond based on the instruction we provide? So I'll show you some of the instruction like this. If the inquiry violates policies, the reply field must remain professional, polite, and non-confrontational. Never sound robotic, rude, or accusatory. So these are the sample instruction I feed in ChatGPT. Now let's wrap this up and look at the actual automation. But if you reach to this part of this video, I hope you guys give this video a like or a thumbs up, or you may also subscribe or follow. I get motivated and create more videos about my self-learning journey into automation. Now, I let ChatGPT generate 4 Mac short-term rental inquiry. So 2 of them will pass the qualification and then the other 2 will fail. Now, let's start. Let's copy the first inquiry. Paste that in here. So let's pretend that I am the leads or the potential guest. Let's send it. And immediately we will receive a response. We can just disregard this. This is just confirmation that Willio receives the message. By the way, I forgot to mention that there is like a minute of delay in automation process based on Zapier settings, but we can just configure this. This is where we will witness the automation or the magic happens. So let's just wait for a couple of minutes. Okay guys, so the data was successfully extracted based on the inquiry we sent through WhatsApp. It was already organized by column based on the criteria we asked ChatGPT to do. Did the customer pass the qualification? Yes. Disqualify reason? None. Urgency? Warm. Guest needs availability. So property Miami, Colorado. We have budget unknown, risk level low, and so on. So the response of our AI is the Miami condo available for 2 adults. We see the response came in, but this is not the proper response. So the AI instruction should be calibrated. It should be something like, let me confirm it to our representative. Please wait for the call, or at least our representative will call you after a few hours or a few minutes to confirm. So it should be something like that. But still, we witnessed that the automation works. And if we go over to do this task, so the task was automatically created. When we checked over here, it was successfully assigned to Connor. This is the assignee for this task. And when we check it, Zapier also sent an automatic notification to Connor stating that a new lead came in. Okay, so the automation was successful. An inquiries was sent through WhatsApp, and then ChatGPT analyzed the inquiries, and then it was distributed or it was encoded in Google Sheet by category, and then new task was created in Todoist, and then the reply was sent back to the customer. Although it's not what's supposed to be the response, still the potential guests or the leads receive a response. Also, a notification was sent to Slack channel specifically to assignee. So that is perfect. Now let's go back here in Mac inquiries. Let's choose the inquiries that will fail the qualification. Let's paste that in here once again. And then disconnected, another sandbox by sending from. Okay, so we just received a notification that sandbox was disconnected. Let me try and fix it first. Okay, so problem was fixed. Let's copy the third inquiry. Looking to book for my birthday weekend, around 15 to 20 people. Might stop by Saturday night. Is loud music okay until late? So this inquiry is supposed to fail the qualification. Let's open the WhatsApp inquiry and then paste it out, paste it in. Okay, I think we have to disregard this message. Let's see if, yeah, I think it came in already. So intent, booking, is it qualified? No. Disqualification reason, party, event, urgency, hot. So guest needs noise permission, property unknown. It was not mentioned in the inquiries. And then guest count, music, policy. So birthday inquiry. Let's see if a task was delegated. So yep, a task was successfully created here in Todoist. Let's check out the Slack if a notify was sent. So yeah, a new notification was sent. The assignee was mentioned as well. Alright, I think that's it. We're able to automate the system and we execute the pre-qualification successfully. So one of the inquiry or the first inquiry passed the qualification while the second one failed. So that's how the automation system works. Now on this automation system, it really depends on you or the business owner how they would like to proceed. So after a response sent here, a follow-up could be done either through calling the leads directly or by sending calendar booking. So it really depends. So we can also create another automation workflow after the booking process. So it really depends. Now, why am I doing this stuff? First, I enjoy building system, whether it's a software-based or physical. I'd love making people's life more easier and convenient than it's before. Then second, I love seeing the result of the system I created to see if it's working. How are we going to improve or innovate it? And then the last reason is to attract clients. Of course, who doesn't want to work using skills we are enjoying? So those are the three reasons why I created this video, why I am learning this stuff.